Hello and welcome back. Today we're going to talk about the number of signal averages, also known as NECs or averages depending on the vendor you're working on. Now, when we look at this parameter, we need to understand what's happening, and we need to understand what our data space is, or K-space. So if I draw a K-space, I need to fill all the lines of this K-space, and I have to do that within a given period of time. So each echo represents a line in this K-space. All right, so I'm going to draw a few lines in this K-space to represent what we need to fill. Now, when we talk about the number of signal averages, what we're trying to say is how many times are we going to fill this K-space? How many times am I going to put a coat of paint on my image? Now, we know that we're going to go ahead and start our TR. We're going to get a TE time, which is going to be our echo time, which is going to be when we collect our echo. And that echo is going to be placed in our K-space, given what our phase encoding gradient does to determine where I place this echo. So I place this echo in this K-space. And what happens if I take my number of signal averages and bring it to, let's say, 2? What is happening is when I fill this line of K-space, I go back and I fill it again. So I fill it twice. Then I move on to the next line, I fill it with an echo, and then fill it again with another echo at the same spot in our K-space. And I do this until I fill my entire K-space. And then we average those signals together to produce a higher signal-to-noise ratio. However, we're going to also increase our scan time because we're collecting this data twice. So we're going to increase our scan time as well. So we have an increase in signal-to-noise ratio and an increase in scan time as we fill this K-space. All right, so again, each line of K-space represents an echo that we're collecting. And if I have 2 number of signal averages, or 2 NECs, or 2 averages, I'm filling each line of this K-space twice and averaging those signals together to optimize my image. All right. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.